Life Processes, Class 10, In-Text Question Answers, Part 2 from Question 11 to 21. What are the different ways in which glucose is oxidized to provide energy in various organisms?
At first, glucose, 6 carbon molecules, is broken in the cytoplasm of cells of all organisms. This process yields a 3-carbon molecule compound called pyruvate. Anaerobic respiration. This process takes place in absence of oxygen, example in yeast during fermentation. In this case, pyruvate is converted into ethanol and carbon dioxide. Lack of oxygen. Sometimes, when there is lack of oxygen, especially during vigorous activity, in our muscles, pyruvate is converted into lactic acid, 3-carbon molecule compounds. Formation of lactic acid in muscles causes cramp. Aerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, the breakdown of pyruvate takes place in presence of oxygen to give rise to 3 molecules of carbon dioxide and water. The release of energy in aerobic respiration is much more than anaerobic respiration.
How is oxygen and carbon dioxide transported in human beings?
In humans, oxygen is transported in 2 ways, by binding to hemoglobin, which is 97%, and dissolved in plasma, which is 3%. Bound to hemoglobin, oxygen diffuses from the alveoli into the blood capillaries and binds to hemoglobin, which is a protein that gives red color to blood. It forms oxyhemoglobin, which travels to the heart and is pumped to all tissues. Dissolving in blood plasma establishes the partial pressure of oxygen which is needed for diffusion into the cells. Now, carbon dioxide in human beings is transported in 3 ways. First, as a sodium bicarbonate in blood plasma and potassium bicarbonate in RBCs, about 70%. Second, as a carbonic acid, about 7%, formed by dissolution of carbon dioxide in water of blood plasma and RBCs. Third, as a carbomonohemoglobin, about 23%, formed by combination of carbon dioxide with hemoglobin.
How are the lungs designed in human beings to maximize the area for exchange of gases?
Within the lungs, the primary bronchus divides and redivides to form a network of balloon-like, called alveoli. There are about 750 million alveoli in both the lungs of the man, which collectively provides a surface area of about 100 square meter.
What are the components of the transport system in human beings? What are the functions of these components?
There are 3 components of transport system in human beings. Heart. Act as a pumping organ. It provides necessary force to pump blood throughout the body or blood circulation. Blood vessels are tubular structure that are present all over the body and are of 3 types. Arteries, veins and capillaries. Arteries carry oxygenated blood from heart to various parts of the body. Veins carry deoxygenated blood from various parts of the body back to the heart. Capillaries allow the exchange of materials between the blood and the body tissue. Blood helps in transportation of nutrients, gases, O2 and CO2, wastes, urea, uric acid, hormones. Blood corpuscles help in immunity, healing, blood clotting.
Why is it necessary to separate oxygenated and deoxygenated blood in mammals and birds?
Birds and mammals are warm-blood animals and needs to maintain their body temperature. Oxygenated and deoxygenated blood in the separated form makes more efficient circulatory system. It easily transports oxygen to the cells, which can absorb higher amount of oxygen and hence produce more energy to maintain various life processes. Example: homeostasis means balancing the body temperature in extreme surroundings due to change in climate.
What are the components of the transport system in highly organized plants?
There are 2 components of transport in highly organized plants, that is xylem and phloem. Xylem tissue is made of dead cells in the form of xylem vessels and tracheids. It transports water and dissolved minerals from roots to all parts of the plant. Phloem tissue is made of living cells in the form of sieve tubes and companion cells. It transports food made in leaf to all parts of the plants.
How are water and minerals transported in plants?
Water and the minerals dissolved in it are transported in plants by xylem tissue. The roots of the plants have root hairs which are directly in contact with the film of water in between the soil particles. These root hair absorbs water and minerals from the soil by the process of diffusion. After that, it passes from cell to cell by osmosis through epidermis, root cortex, endodermis and reach the root xylem. The continuous evaporation of water, or transpiration, form the cells of leaves creates a kind of suction which pulls up water and minerals from the roots through the xylem.
How is food transported in plants?
Food like sugar, amino acids is transported from the site of synthesis, that is, leaves, to other parts of the plants, that is, site of storage like root, fruits, seeds and other growing organs through phloem. This process is called translocation. The transport of food takes place in the form of dilute aqueous solution. It happens inside the sieve tubes with the help of adjacent companion cells in both upward and downward directions. Translocation is an active process that occurs with the help of energy, that is ATP. Due to increase in osmotic pressure, water enters into the tissue and the materials move from the phloem to tissue with less pressure.
Describe the structure and functioning of nephrons.
Nephrons are the excretory or filtration units of the kidneys. Each nephron is made of two components. First, Bowman's capsule, second, nephric tubules. Bowman's capsule is a cup-like structure that surrounds the bunch of 50 blood capillaries, which is called glomerulus. Bowman's capsule and glomerulus together is called Malpighian body or renal corpuscles. Glomerulus is the site of filtration under pressure, that is ultrafiltration. Water, some useful compounds and certain harmful wastes are filtered out into Bowman's capsule. The filtrate so formed is called glomerular or nephric filtrate. The rate of glomerular filtrate GFR is about 125 ml per minute in normal adult human. Nephric tubules are long and coiled and is formed of three parts: PCT, loop of Henle and DCT. Proximal convoluted tubule PCT is the convoluted part of nephron and lies in renal cortex. It is the main site of selective reabsorption of sodium, calcium, glucose amino acid from the nephric filtrate. Loop of Henle is the U-shaped tubular structure present in the renal medulla. It is formed of two limbs. First is thin-walled descending limb, which is permeable to water but impermeable to minerals like sodium chloride. Second is thick-walled ascending limb, which is impermeable to water but is permeable to minerals like sodium chloride. It concentrates the urine. Distal convoluted tubule DCT is again the convoluted part which lies in the renal cortex. Most of the water is reabsorbed through the walls of the DCT.
What are the methods used by plants to get rid of excretory products?
Plants primarily use the following methods to get rid of excretory products: excreting gases, oxygen, from photosynthesis, and carbon dioxide, from respiration, are released directly into the atmosphere through tiny pores called stomata in the leaves. Transpiration: excess water is eliminated in the form of water vapor through transpiration. Similarly, liquid water carrying dissolved waste is sometimes forced out at the tips of leaves during the night in a process called guttation. Shedding plant parts. Plants store solid and liquid wastes in specific structures like vacuoles, older leaves, bark, and fruits. When these parts age and fall off, like leaves shedding in autumn or peeling bark, the stored waste is discarded. Storing in old xylem. Some waste products, such as gums, resins, and tannins, are stored in old, non-functional wood tissue. Old xylem. Root excretion. Plants actively excrete some metabolic wastes, such as organic acids and specific enzymes, directly into the surrounding soil through their roots. Diffusion. In the case of aquatic plants, metabolic wastes easily diffuse directly into the surrounding water.
How is amount of urine produced is regulated?
The amount of urine produced is regulated by reabsorption of water through blood capillaries. The reabsorption takes place through tubules of nephrons. The amount of urine depends upon how much excess water is present in the body and how much of the dissolved waste are to be excreted.
बहुत ही मेहनत और पेशेंस के साथ बनाया है आपके लिए ये वीडियो। ये आपका स्कूल एंड क्लास 10 बोर्ड एग्जाम्स की प्रिपरेशन में हेल्पफुल रहेगा। प्लीज़ लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर करिएगा।